They just need to play their game and do their thing. So no national anthem since we did that before the girls' game, I'm guessing, right? That's got quite a feel to it already, doesn't it? Oh boy, this place would have erupted on this side anyway. Yeah, I just didn't give him anywhere to go. And they're long. No. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it'd be tough to get tired tonight. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes in a hostile environment, those first points are the toughest to get, right? Sorry, I forgot to turn the camera. Oh, Connor almost had it. DeWitt timeout. Cardinals defense. I'm sorry. Yeah, he looks like he's a little motivated tonight. And I was going to say, DeWitt just hasn't got many good shots yet. I attribute that to the Cardinals defense early on here. A little shaky there getting up.
Nathan Waters will check in for the first time. Mackler hits the second. So it's 11-4 Cardinals with 3:15 to go first quarter. Shanahan dribble it right down the lane, pump fakes twice, lays it up and in over the outstretched arms of Zach Hinkle, who's just checked in for the Sabers to give the Cardinals a 13-4 lead. Paulson with the 18-footer. It comes off the rim, rebounded by Shanahan. And going to get a foul called on Hinkle. Trying to stay with him, but going to get called with the blocking foul.
Called on the Sabers, number 5, Zach Hinkle, his first foul, team foul number 3. Now in the lineup for number 40, Jeff Grau.
Jeff Grau will come in for the Sabers. Him and Nathan Waters have battled before, and they'll go battle again.
He's smiling because his own fans, his own student section is kind of giving him some words of encouragement.
Mason Braddock has checked in, and now we're going to get A.J. Becker is going to get called for a legal screen.
His first, I believe.
Yep, his first, team second. 2:44 to go in the first quarter. Cardinals up 13-4. And Braddock just tossed it away over the head of Alex McAleer and goes out of bounds, and the Cardinals will inbound here at half court just below us. Kopp will inbound to Shanahan. Gives it to Nathan, comes around on the wheel. Didn't get a clean handoff there, but they do reset. Now Shanahan has a block by Hinkle, taken away. Hinkle the other way. Little push past McAleer. He's under the hoop. Gathers himself and lays it up and in.
That was a nice body control play there by McAleer.
AJ on the other end dribbles down. Nicholas Alinger is checked in for the Cardinals for the first time. AJ finds a Kane Kopp on the left baseline and buries the three. Kinney now getting double teamed by Alinger and Kopp, and we're going to have a foul called. It's going to be on Nicholas Alinger. Be his first, team's third. Kinney will head to the bench for the Sabers. Devin Hurdle will come back in to replace him. And the Sabers will set up their half-court offense. They'll have double post high with wings down low. Hinkle now finds McAleer, top of the key, shoots the three and buries it. We'll make it 16-9 now in favor of Maquoketa. Shanahan over to Kopp on the left wing, dribbles to the top, over to Alinger. Now he finds AJ down in the corner. Kicks it out to Alinger, gets a good look at a three in the right wing, and he buries it. The 19-9 Cardinals. Coming up on a minute left in the first quarter. McAleer has to pick up his dribble. He finds Hinkle wide open. He'll pop a three from about 20 feet, and they bury it on this end. Trading threes now.
Both getting kind of hot here.
Yeah, a low-scoring quarter going there for a while.
Yeah, now it's just kind of taking off. Well, a lot of nerves right away, right? Big crowd like this. And
hey, anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah.
Cardinals running Louisville offense right now. Well, we got a second. You know, speaking of this, I'm watching the 1987 Providence NCAA tournament game, and they run this offense. It's Patino's offense right here. And A.J. Becker reminded me so much of Billy Donovan in that game.
Oh, yeah.
It was uncanny. Down to 12 seconds left in the first quarter. A.J. with a long three. It's going to be off the back rim. Macklin tries to get the rebound.
That was a walk.
Grau's going to get the shot off on the other end. No good. Rebound McAleer, and it's not going to count even if it went, and that'll end the first quarter, 19-12 in favor of the Cardinals.
Ooh, that was kind of exciting, huh?
Yeah, that got a little wild and hairy at the end of that quarter. We'll send it back studio for station break. You're listening to Maquoketa Cardinals boys basketball on KMAQ.
The Varsity cheerleaders from both wrestling and basketball invite you to stay put. At halftime of this game, there are some entertainment this evening by your Varsity cheerleaders.
Yeah, just one. And back here in Maquoketa High School gym, Cardinals have just inbounded to start the second quarter. You got Kopp, A.J. Becker, Connor Becker, Nathan Waters, and Nicholas Alinger on the floor for the Cardinals. For the Sabers, you got Kinney as Connor Becker's three goes in and out, rebounded by Hurdle. But you got Paulson, Kinney, who's going to now take a three. It's going to be short, but the long rebound's going to come right back to Kinney. And Connor Becker's just going to get one of the gotten-away fouls you can't really do much about.
He was just kind of going for the ball, too, and Kinney picked it up just quickly before him there.
But finish my thought on who's in for the Sabers. They got Braddock and Hinkle as well. Now Atienza and Shanahan have checked back in for the Cardinals on the dead ball. Sabers inbound. Paulson now at the top of key being guarded by Atienza. Cardinals playing straight up man-to-man, looks like at the moment. Hurdle's going to drive down the lane with the left hand up, and it's going to draw the foul. It's going to be on Connor Becker. Be two quick fouls on this offensive series here for Connor Becker.
Yeah.
Or defensive end, I should say. Hurdle's first free throw is up and good.
No, it didn't go in.
Did it? Looked like
Didn't. No, it
in.
bounced off. No, see, there's that orange cylinder thing up there. It actually has to go through that and down through that one. See how that one went through, Dale?
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
All right, I was dealing with.
So that's yeah.
I was dealing with a cord that was kind of wrapped around me.
Yeah, you don't get points for just hitting the rim anymore.
Oh, you should. In horseshoes, you do.
Yeah. Maybe I'm thinking of basketball before, but it's not anymore. I'm not sure. Uh-oh.
Paulson with the steal, lays it up and in on the other end, and that would close the gap.
Maybe we're going to see a little dunksy-doo there.
So 19-15, 6:45 left to go until halftime. Kopp gives it over to AJ on the right wing. Now over to Macklin, pump fakes, tries to drive the lane on Kinney. He's going to get the foul called, and he'll go to the line and shoot two. That'll be Tucker Kinney's first personal foul.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I miss something here?
Yeah, Macklin got fouled. He's going to the line to shoot.
I thought it
two.
was 19-12 when he went to shoot the second free throw. Now it's 19-15.
No, that's right. Good layup by Paulson.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
See?
I'm having trouble keeping up with the
You're
action.
not even trying to unwrap a cord around your leg. And
well, I've got a lot of things. Dale, I got a lot of things going on right now.
when you lay one in, that's worth 2 points.
I'm worried about my bid on the cake out there.
Shanahan rattles in free throw. Makes it 20-15 with 6:30 to go until half.
I got my cake out there. I'm talking to this magic wand.
Hurdle now gives it over to McAleer. In the corner is Paulson. Drops it down for 17 feet out.
Big bounce on that one.
It's a real soft shot he has from that range. Shanahan now drives.
Oh, that's
fakes, and Paulson got Paulson up in the air, and Paulson will pick up the personal foul.
Fouls called on the Sabers, number 24, Logan Paulson, his first foul, team foul
Macklin back to the line again. Shooting 61% on the season. Knocks down the first. A.J. Becker will come in for Connor Becker. And Shanahan did his second attempt. Drops it down. And that'll make the score 22-17 Cardinals with 6:09 to go until halftime. Hurdle being picked up by Alinger. Gets it over to Keeter. Now over to McAleer in the left wing. Paulson with a quick inside pass trying to get it into Keeter, but A.J. Becker gets a hand in there and knocks it out of bounds. So Hurdle to inbound. Kinney now in the lane. Kicks it out to the left wing to McAleer. And gives it out to Keeter and back to Kinney, and they'll reset the offense on the half court. Paulson now trying to work on Atienza. Atienza switches and picks up Hurdle. Hurdle drives the lane, takes it right at Macklin Shanahan, and can get a foul call. So Hurdle will go to the line to shoot 2. Going to call Kane Kopp with the foul.
I thought he had one earlier, but I guess not.
No, they had Connor, I think, one you're thinking of. Because I thought it was going to be on Kane too earlier, and it wasn't. Hurdle knocks down the first. And he knocks down the second. That'll make it 22-19. Zach Hinkle will come in to replace Hurdle. And Shanahan will bring it up the floor for the Cardinals. AJ now on dribble drive, kicks out to Alinger, back to Kopp, down in the left corner. AJ's going to drive the lane, draw 3 people around him. He's going to lose his Hinkle is able to get his hand in there and knock it away. Keeter now, pump fakes, gets a man up in the air and puts it in off the assist from Kinney. And the Sabers have pulled within 1 of Maquoketa.
Yeah, early on it looked like Maquoketa was going to pull away there.
And now a turnover on the other end. Kane Kopp's going to get a foul on
his
after
second
the turnover because Kinney stepped up and took it away. He was trying to get over to Shanahan. I think a little frustration foul there for Kane.
That's what I call one of those retaliation fouls again.
Well, when you're a young man, they're hard not to do.
Yeah.
Kinney goes to the line, misses, rolls in and out. Rebounded by Shanahan. Goes up quickly to Alinger. Drives the baseline, throws it away. But Kinney was standing on the baseline as he intercepted the pass that Alinger was trying to get over to Shanahan. So it'll stay Cardinals ball inbound underneath their own basket. Caden Atienza comes loose on a little off the screen, and Shanahan finds him for the easy layup. Hinkle now for the Sabers. Tries to drive the lane. He falls down. Throws it away right to Kane Kopp. Kane thinks better of it. It's 2-on-4. We get a high screen from Atienza. Now swings it cross court to the right side to Alinger. Now back to the left to Shanahan. He's going to take Kinney one-on-one down the lane. Gets help from Paulson, but he's able to pump fake around him and lays it up and in on the turnaround. Kinney back the other way to Keeter. McAleer is going to line up a 3. It's going to be an over the rim air ball, rebounded by Atienza. They're daring Shanahan to shoot the 3. He says, okay, I'll take it. And just off the front of the rim, rebounded by Keeter. Hinkle now tries to throw it to Keeter. And Didn't touch anybody, so it's going to go out of bounds to the Cardinals for a turnover for the Sabers.
No, it's I don't know how this will play in, but it's warm in the gym right now. Isn't it?
Yeah, I'm
It's
pretty
I mean, I
warm.
can see the players for first half are sweating a lot more than normal.
I was a lot warmer when I had that Steelers jersey on.
And once you come up here, you had sweat beating off your head. And
well, I don't know if it was the case I had to wear a Steelers jersey or if it was just the extra layer, but
well, when you're embarrassed, you know, you get. You know.
I pay my debt. Meanwhile, the Cardinals, AJ drove the lane.
I think they're going to call Caden here on the foul.
Yeah.
On the rebound over Graw.
How do you grab Grau in that situation?
I don't know.
I mean,
Who is he, 6'5"?
yeah, he's about 6'5", and trying to remember in football season how, I mean, he's not a small boy.
He moves well.
He's got great feet.
Yeah, he does.
Short on the free throw is Grau. It's rebounded by Shanahan. Coming up on 3 minutes to go until halftime. Cardinals lead 26-21. Shanahan drives the lane. It just misses off the rim. It's rebounded by the Sabers' Hinkle. Sabers will set up in the half court. McAleer gets it over to Hinkle. Looking inside for Grau. He had possession. Now he gives him the ball, and Grau's going to take it right to the hoop. And he's going to get called for traveling. DeWitt faithful don't like that call.
No, they don't.
I'm not so sure he did travel, to be honest with you.
He didn't take any more steps than people do on some layups.
No.
Not that I'm an expert.
Like we said, he has good feet.
Yeah, he does.
Cardinals now in the half court. Alinger pick and roll with Etienne, but he missed him.
Missed him, yeah. Oh, that's a foul.
Shanahan took it right at Grau. Grau didn't move, and Shanahan went down hard. Not really anything major there, and it's going to make it look more like it was, but that's just the case that Grau is a human block.
They just collided hard.
So Shanahan's up and fine. He'll go to the line, shoot two. With 2:17 to go in the second. And rolls the first one down and in. Make it 27-21, Maquoketa. Second free throw off to the left, rebounded by Hinkle. Braddock back into the game for the Sabers. Almost a steal by Shanahan. Over to McAleer. Hinkle's going to get a look at a three in the corner. No good off the rim. Rebounded by Kane Top. And the Cardinals head back the other way with 2 minutes left to go until halftime. AJ now on the right-hand side. Drives the lane with his left. He runs into Grau, and now we're going to get a foul called. I think they're going to give that to McAleer, are they?
I think they are. That'll be his second for sure.
Give that to Alex McAleer from the backside. Be his second personal. So AJ Becker will go line to shoot two. AJ shooting 84% on the season. Hits the first. Devin Hurdle checks in for the Sabers. McAleer will head to the bench. Nathan Waters in and Connor Becker in for the Cardinals. Atienza and Nicholas Alinger take a seat.
And I just got to mention, you know, sitting here in small town Iowa with 2,000 people in the gym watching basketball is just, on a Tuesday night, just phenomenal.
Grau gets it down low. And they're going to get a blocking foul.
They're going to basket.
They're going to call Connor Becker with a hand slap. That's going to be his third. And I don't even think he was really close to that play. Nathan tried to take the charge.
Did Connor come in from the backside and try and swat it?
Must have. lot more contact between Grau and Waters than anything else on that play. Kind of distracted me from, I guess, what was going on behind the scenes. Grau steps up, hits the free throw. They'll make it 29-24 with 1:34 left to go until half. Waters to inbound to Shanahan.
So foul troubles is something to watch out for here now, the rest of the game. Does Kane Kopp have 2?
Yeah, he has 2 as well. Now we're going to have a foul on DeWitt against Devin Hurdle at the block. A.J. Becker will go to the line. Atienza will check in for Waters. AJ's first is up and good. Yeah, I think this will be the second or third straight game that Connor's had some foul trouble early in the first half.
Yeah, it's a couple for sure.
AJ's second free throw rims off. Kinney back the other way,
Ooh,
1 on 3. Gives it off to Hurdle for 3. It's short, rebounded by Kopp. We'll see how patient the Cardinals are with 1:10 to go in the half with a 6-point lead. AJ gets trapped at top of the key. Shanahan finds Ehlinger in the corner with the 3, no good. Kinney goes up, gets the rebound, finds Paulson trailing, drives it down hard in the lane, just lays it right up and in. Cardinals will be methodically bringing it up the court, and they'll go into their Louisville spread with 32 ticks on the clock. Paulson comes up, guards Shanahan. And now they'll go in motion, get it off to Kopp. Now over to AJ. He's got Devin Hurdle on him. Now back to Shanahan. We're at 8 seconds left. Atienza comes up with a screen. Shanahan dribbles to his right. Up and in off the glass. There'll be a foul called on DeWitt. Shanahan will go to the line. Fouls on Paulson. And Shanahan will go to the line to complete a 3-point play with 4.1 on the clock. Completes the 3-point play, knocks down the free throw. So 4.1 on the clock for the Sabres to get something off. Braddock has it. Tries to get it over to Devin Hurdle. It's going to go out of bounds. Clock will expire. We'll go to halftime. Cardinals with a 33-26 lead over DeWitt. We'll send it back to the studio. You're listening to Maquoketa Cardinals boys basketball on KMAQ.
team really seem to get an extended flow going, I don't think. DeWitt, I think some of their leading scorers, I don't even know if they even scored in that half.
Yeah, well, we don't have stats tonight because of everything else that we had going on. That kind of got by the wayside, so.
Yeah, but, I don't think – I know Tucker Kinney has at least one layup, but I don't know if he's done much else. And Logan Paulson, I don't know if he's – well, he had one layup.
He had that layup.
I don't know if he's had anything else.
McAleer's been pretty much quiet. He's had a couple baskets, but –
yeah, I think he had one three-pointer too, so –
it's been a typical hard-nosed Walmack East battle.
Yeah, for sure.
Defensively for the Cardinals, they're playing a little bit better than they were the other night against Benton. Not quite at the level they had been playing defense yet, though. I think there's still a lot of room of improvement for that.
Yeah, a little bit of foul trouble too, which always kind of affects how you play defense in my mind, but...
Well, they're getting away with a little bit more than they were the other night, too. The
right.
officials the other night were,
so
you couldn't touch them.
Here's my take on that, though. I think this is a pretty good first half for the most part. They're letting them play. But then when Graw and Macklin when the hard foul on Macklin, and it wasn't an intentional foul by any means, where they just kind of ran into each other. After that, I thought the officials kind of called the game just a little bit different. So I don't know if they sensed that things were getting a little rough or something.
Well, as an official, isn't that what you're supposed to do? You kind of like rein it in before you lose control of it. And I think they did that.
I agree. So I just think the last couple minutes were called a little bit different than probably the first, 14 minutes or whatever. So,
which happens. It really does. Change of momentum and.
Yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, I wonder what it's like to get out to the concessions right now with all these people.
Well, I was thinking about going out and just checking my bid on my cake. I don't know if you need to do that too, or
I can't go anywhere. I'll worry about see if we just win at the end of the day.
Because here's the situation. I have a guaranteed seat back, and Jody's afraid that if she goes up to bid, that she's going to lose her seat.
Oh, that's true.
So she wants me to go bid because I know I'll be able to sit back down. She's not sure she's going to be able to sit if she gets up. Because, again, there's still probably 250 people.
Well, we should be texting right now. There's people getting up and going to the bathroom, and their seats aren't getting taken over yet.
Yeah, this place looks empty right now.
Yeah, okay.
Not.
Well, with that being said, we'll send it back for another station break and come back for the second half. You're listening to Maquoketa Cardinals boys basketball on KMAQ. Check on mine, too. The Maquoketa State Bank one. Maquoketa State Bank one.
What is it?
It's like greenish, but it was at $50, but just go up to 100.
100?
Yeah. Give me 4 again. That was 4. Okay. Back here at Maquoketa Gym. Boys coming out, finished warm-ups from halftime. Chad went to go check on his cake bidding process as well as the one that I had bid on. Fans making their way back to their seats. And the Cardinals with a 33-26 lead at half. DeWitt's already finished their warm-ups. So they're waiting for the time to run down. Cardinals have finished theirs. They'll head to the huddle. We'll get set for the second half in the Highway 61 rivalry between Maquoketa and DeWitt. DeWitt will start the second half with their same starting lineup as the first half with Paulson, Kinney, McAleer, Keeter, and Hurdle. Cardinals will follow suit with their same starting five of Connor Becker, AJ Becker, Kopp, Atienza, and Shanahan. DeWitt to inbound across the way at half court from us. Keeter gets it into Hurdle, and the Sabers will set up the offense in the half court. McAleer in the corner gets it into Kinney, gets it up over AJ Becker, and in for two to start the second half. Mack and Shanahan coming straight back. And official on the far side calling Devin Hurdle for foul. Be his second. Shanahan inbound underneath their own basket. Atienza comes loose, goes up. Hurdle went up with him. Looked like he got all ball, but they're going to call foul on Hurdle. So Devin Hurdle picks up 2 quick fouls, now has 3. Atienza will go to the line, shooting 2. Misses the first, short to the right. So Hurdle and Keeter will go to the bench. Braddock and Hinkle will check in for the Sabers. Atienza's second free throw is up and good. Just underway here in the second half. 34-28 Cardinals lead over the Sabers. Braddock will bring it up for DeWitt. Gets it into Keeter. Keeter goes up, he's going to draw the foul. Going to be on Atienza. Be his third. And Kinney will go to the line shooting 2. Knocks down the first. Nathan Waters will check in. Kinney's second. Up and good as well. AJ Becker down top of the key. Gives it over to Kane Kopp on the left wing. Over to Connor Becker down in the left corner. Drives the lane. Gets Paulson on his back and just lays it up and in. Trying to draw the foul on Paulson, but no call. Makes it 36-30 in favor of Maquoketa. My cameraman's back because I forgot to do the camera. See, now I've played the karma game with Chad.
I didn't get any cakes.
You didn't?
I know a lot of listeners were hanging on their seats waiting to find out if I got anything. And
so we're not eating cake?
I couldn't even find the one you bid on, but they were circling the winners on the sheets as I went out there, so I tried to stay ahead of it, but I just couldn't find the ones. So I didn't get one.
Nathan Waters picks up the foul, put Paulson at the line, shooting 2. Knocks down the first, makes it 36-31. Cardinals leading. Paulson second, up and through. So with 6:45 to go in the third quarter. 36-32, Maquoketa lead. AJ Becker drives the lane with his left, off rim, no good. Connor Becker rebounds. Tries to put it right back up. He's going to draw a foul on DeWitt. It's going to be on Zach Hinkle. Be his second. Connor Becker will go to the line to shoot 2. Rims right in and out. Jeff Graw comes back in for the Sabers. Logan Paulson will head to the bench. Connor Becker's second free throw is up and good. That'll make it 37-32 Cardinals. Braddock now gives it off to Kinney. Cross court over to Hinkle. Dribbles up to the top of the key, being chased by AJ. Braddock now on the right wing. He'll hand it back to Kinney. Dumps it down into Graw. Looking to maneuver. Up with the left, off the glass, and in.
Oh, he used that left hand nice on that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Nice little spin move. Brings the lead for the Cardinals down to 3. Under 6 minutes now to go in the third. Becker dumps it into Shanahan. Wraps it around. Nathan Waters in behind and lays it up and in for Maquoketa. Grau came up on Shanahan. Shanahan just whipped it right around his back. And meanwhile, Braddock with the miss. Hinkle with the offensive rebound. McAleer hands it off to Kinney. Drives baseline. Kicks it out. King Kopp gets in the way. King Kopp's going to take it down off to the races. Eye off the glass. Lays it down and in. And he's going to get the foul call and go to the line for the old three-point play. Foul's on Braddock. Looked like McAleer was going to block that up in the cheap seats, but
he was aiming for it.
Kane went so high off the glass with that, he didn't get to it. Kane knocks down the free throw, and that'll extend out the Cardinal lead to 42-34. Hinkle now on the left wing. Grau fell down in the paint. Kinney drives the lane to the right, gets the offensive rebound, lays it up and in.
He's got nice touch, and everything seems to come easy to him.
He doesn't have to work too hard, that's for sure. Shanahan now just dribbles around 3 Saber defenders, finds an open lane, makes it 44-36. Hinkle comes back off the pass from Braddock. He drives the lane, it's no good. Rebound by Shanahan. King Kopp releases early. Shanahan finds him on the outlet, and he lays it up and in. The Cardinals now gone out to a 10-point lead. That'll get DeWitt Sabers call timeout. With 4:32 left in the third. Cardinals up 46-36. You're listening to Maquoketa Cardinals boys basketball on KMAQ. One. I do have this other camera if you want. And back here at the Maquoketa High School gym, Cardinals up 46-36. Sabers with the ball. They'll be inbound across the way from us at half court. Clayton Wydell has checked in for the Cardinals. Drew Keeters come back in for the Sabers. And he'll get it inbound to Alex McAleer. He'll give it up to Braddock, who will set up the Saber offense. McAleer now will dribble down, give it to Keeter. Finds Kinney inside, hangs in the air. We're going to get a foul called. Kinney will go to the line, shoot 2. It's going to be on Clayton Wydell, who's just checked in, his first foul. So Tucker Kinney to the line, shooting 2. Misses the first short. Logan Paulson will check back in for the Sabers for Grau. waiting on. Got an official seeing something wrong with Paulson.
Got a scratch on his neck or
open
something?
cut or something. I don't know what that was, but they didn't really put anything on it. Just wiped it off and went right back. Kinney knocks down the free throw. The Cardinals coming back the other way on offense. Shanahan calling out the play. He'll give it out to Kopp. And it's tipped out of bounds off of Paulson. They'll stay with the Cardinals. Little inbound over here down below us. So A.J. Becker's got it now, being guarded by Mackler. Now it looks like the Sabres are going to go into a 1-2-2 zone here. A.J. now top of the key. He's over to Alinger. Back to A.J., back to Alinger for the three. Goes out, rebounded by Waddell. Braddock steps in to intercept it, and Alinger collided with him, and we're going to have a foul called on Nicholas Alinger. So DeWitt inbound on the far side at half court. 3:41 left in the third. Maquoketa 46, DeWitt 37. Braddock now on the offensive side, go over to Paulson. And Shanahan's going to get called for a reach in. It's his first. Waddell will come out. Nathan Waters will check in. Braddock will set up the offense for the Sabres, looking for a screen from Mackler. Now goes the other side, Paulson. Mackler steps out, thinks about a 30-footer.
I thought he was going to take that.
Yeah, I saw the girl from Marion make them consistently. Kinney now drives, spins, no good off the rim. A.J. Becker with the rebound. A.J.'s going to give it off to Alinger, set the screen. Pop out. Nothing there. Keeter right up on him. Waters floats it over to Macklin in the corner. No good. Rebounded by Kinney.
I think they missed Nathan down low on that one. I think he had a
Stopped by Logan Paulson at the free throw line. It's short. Rebounded by Alex McAleer. Turn around off the glass and in. AJ now between the legs a few times. Gives it up to Kopp. Now gets it back. Alinger down the left wing. Back to AJ. Cardinals being real methodical these last two offensive sets. Kopp's wide open on the far, or across the court. Alinger finds him. Kopp buries the three. Braddock now drives, dishes off to Keeter. He'll pop a three. No good. Waters for the rebound, and we're going to get a foul called on DeWitt. And that's going to be on Logan Paulson, his third for the Sabres. With 49-39, 1:50 to go in the third quarter. Cardinals on top. Shanahan, bullet pass down the lane to Kopp, but Sabre defense was able to convene. Kopp pops for three now, in, round, and out. Shanahan with an offensive rebound. Drives, goes all the way around the lane in a circle, like a roundabout, and then turns around and throws it in. Kinney drives the lane, gets converged by three Cardinals, and gonna have a foul call on Maquoketa. It's gonna be on Kane Kopp. That'll be his third. Kinney will go line shooting two. Kinney's first rolls in and out. Chad, where's all these open spaces you were talking about? People are leaving and stuff. I don't see them now.
Well, I see the whole front row all the way around's open.
Yeah, it has to be. Kinney's second free throw is up and good. So 51-40, 1:18 to go, third quarter. Shanahan calling out the play. Alinger comes around on the right wing. He'll give it up to A.J. Becker, top of the key, working on McAleer. He just stutter steps, drives the lane, throws it up with the left, and going to have a foul called on Keeter. Coming over trying to help defensively. A.J. will go to the line, shooting 2. Knocks down the first. Grau and Hinkle come back in. Braddock and McAleer will exit for the Sabers. Looks like Nathan and Waters and Grau are having a little chat fest down there in the lane. AJ knocks down the free throw. Both were looking kind of like chatting with each other, smiling. Hurdle now. Gives it over to Hinkle in the corner. Grau comes up to the high post. Takes one dribble, dumps it off to a cutting Kinney. No good. Rebounded by Shanahan. Shanahan drives the lane, drops it down off of Alinger, who's cutting down to the post, lays it up and in. Cardinals extended out to a 55-40 lead. Hinkle now with Kopp guarding on the man. Keeter gets the pass from Kinney inside, splits 2 Cardinals, and lays it up for an easy 2. So with 16 seconds left, Cardinals will run Louisville and get it down to about 8 seconds, and then run the play. AJ comes up now off to Kane Kopp, 5 seconds. AJ gets the screen, pump fakes up for 3, buries it. Well, that'll excite fans here in Maquoketa as the third quarter expires with the Cardinals up 58-42. We'll come back for the fourth quarter after these messages. You're listening to Maquoketa Cardinals basketball on KMAQ. Give me 2. Give me 2. And just underway here, fourth quarter. Going to have a foul called on DeWitt, away from the ball on Devin Hurdle, be his 4th. 58-42, Cardinals on top of the Sabers, 7:45 to go in the game. Sabers trying to knock off the Cardinals in this rivalry. Cardinals trying to stay undefeated on the season. A.J. Becker at the line, shooting 1 and 1. And in and around and out. Rebounded by McAleer.
I think the Maquoketa defense has kind of been the difference in the game.
Yeah, they really stepped it up in that third quarter, didn't
Yeah, no easy shots. And
Meanwhile,
everything.
Kinney hard off the glass and didn't go out of bounds, but maintain DeWitt possession underneath their own basket.
Cardinals defense just doesn't allow anybody to get into a flow, you know.
Kinney now with McAleer cutting, hands it off to him, high off the glass and up and over Waters. Now McAleer and Kopp getting a little shoving match going on the way back down the court. Shanahan's going to get trapped in the paint, but is able to kick it back out. And going to have a foul called. It's going to be on Tucker Kinney, his second. So it's fourth quarter. It's starting to get a little chippy out there. You can see a little bit of it. It's down to game time, winning time.
Yeah. Well, you start getting frustrated. You know, you're down by 15 points.
And we're going to have a timeout by Maquoketa with 7:14 to go. 59-44, Cardinals on top. You send it back to the studio for a message. You're listening to Maquoketa Cardinals basketball on KMAQ. Just one, Jimmy. And back here at Maquoketa, and I'd like to thank the sponsors for tonight. It's been a rough night up here, but you got your money's worth as far as ads being run, I'm pretty sure, back at the station tonight. But Mill Valley Care Center, Amhoff Trucking in Eldridge, HD Equipment, Walmart, Maquoketa, DeWitt Observer, Bernard Telephone Company, to name a few here. That thanks for sticking with us. Meanwhile, Connor Becker on the other, finished off the free throw, make it 60-44. Kinney now is going to drive, gets it to Grau. In the mismatch of the century, as Grau had King Kopp defensively, but Grau misses the shot off the bank board, and it's rebounded by the Cardinals. Now Connor Becker drives the lane, gives it off to a cutting Atienza. It's off the front of the rim, rebounded by Kinney. Kinney tries to get up to McAleer, and A.J. Becker knocks it out of bounds. So it'd be DeWitt ball in front of their own bench on the other end. Grau will step out of the lineup. Paulson back in. Kinney to inbound. Gets it into Paulson at the top. Now over to McAleer. Looks for a screen. Atienza's going to pop out and get him with the body. So that'll be Caden Atienza's fourth foul. And that'll put McAleer at the line in the 1-on-1. McAleer's first free throw up and good.
The student section's kind of going back and forth a little bit here.
McAleer's second is also good. Make it 60-46, 6:30 to go in the contest. A.J. Becker now on the left wing. It takes two Sabers with him. Waters flashes open in the post, and now he's going to get called to the charge as Kinney was able to set up and step under behind him. Now be Nathan Waters' second personal foul. Now Cardinals showing some pressure, full court, almost thrown out of bounds.
Yeah.
But Kinney with some nice hands over there to keep it in. Now he's going to stop and pop for three. It's short. McAleer with the rebound. Quickly back up from 10 feet. Knocks it down on the baseline. And DeWitt will take a 30-second timeout. 60-48 Maquoketa with 6:09 to go. And
it's not over.
It's no, it's not over. I've seen swings in this rivalry series that make you Go, what happened?
Yeah, it's a lot of ball game left here.
Crowd's been relatively quiet this second half, though, hasn't it, for as many people as in here?
Yeah, just Maquoketa's really extended the lead here and kind of been in control. So
Also like to thank Eastern Iowa Propane and Petro, Maquoketa State Bank, Ingle Agency Insurance and Real Estate, Leon Chiropractic, Osterhaus Pharmacy, Fairway Stores, MJ East and DeWitt, Hermes Auto and Upholstery, and DeWitt Bank and Trust, Sheets General Construction, and Make a Splash for all make this broadcast a part of the evening. And you know, we had those ton of issues there for the girls game, unfortunately, and it's just one of those deals where you're trying out some new stuff and thought you had it and just didn't work that way. And
yeah, unfortunately, sometimes those things just happen. And
it's been a rough day for radio. I mean, the wind took down a line of the transmitter. They were off the air for a while, and problems I had. And
it was windy today.
I almost thought about anchoring my car to the parking lot with some straps and anchors out there, but it was really blowing.
I was driving back from Davenport this afternoon. It was really pushing me one way.
Cardinals to inbound to break the trapping pressure by the Sabers. Kane Kopp's going to get open look on the right wing, and he knocks it down for 3. DeWitt quickly on the offensive end, gets over to McAleer. Now over to Kinney. Kinney drops it into Paulson, trying to do some work on Nathan Waters, and no good. Rebounded by Shanahan. Shan's going to take it right at the Sabers. And we're going to get a foul called. It's going to be on Logan Paulson, his 4th. So Shanahan will go to the line to shoot 2. With 5:23 to go, Cardinals leading 63-48. And Shanahan's first is up and in. Devin Hurdle comes back in for Hinkle. Shanahan second. Rolls around and out. Rebounded by Hurdle. Hurdle takes it right down the lane. And going to get a traveling call. Didn't know if they're going to call a foul on Kane or get Hurdle for traveling, but they got Hurdle traveling first. So Cardinals inbound with 5:12 to go. 64-48 lead. And Kinney's going to jump the passing lane as Becker went to get it over to Nathan Waters. Kinney lays it up and in. Waters will pick up the foul. Tenza will come back in for Waters. And free throw by Kinney goes in and out. Rebound by Shanahan. Kane Kopp standing all alone down here. Shanahan with the football pass. Kane lays it up and in. Kane and Shanahan have gotten them the Sabers twice on that tonight.
Kane must have 20 points. I don't know if he's missed.
Another traveling call against Kinney as he tried to jump stop in the lane.
I don't know if Kane's missed a three-pointer.
I think he might be like 3 for 3 or 4 for 4.
I think he's 4 for 4 for sure. So I know he had a layup and a three-point play. Two-pointer there.
Kane's going to get another look. Nope, he's going to pump fake. And give it out to the Cardinals. Look like they might be willing to run a little clock on this possession. And AJ stutter stepped as he caught the ball off of the screen, and he'll get called for traveling. Grau will come back in for the Sabers. Peter will head to the bench. Wydell will come back in for the Cardinals. Places Atienza. Kinney will bring it up for the Sabers. Over to McAleer in the left wing. Back to Kinney. Drives the lane. We're going to have a foul call with a blocking foul on,
I believe, Becker.
A.J. Becker. Be his second.
That's his second foul, team foul number 10. At the line is number 1, Tucker Kinney.
So 4:07 to go. Kinney back to the foul line again. He's lived there a lot in the second half, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, but he hasn't made many.
Well, he's been about 50% tonight. Drops that one in.
Of course, now he'll make both, but I say that.
That serves you right.
Now in for the Sabres, number 10, Mason Braddock.
Mason Braddock will check in for. That was a quick on the court appearance for Drow. Kinney's second, no good. Connor Becker secures the rebound. And 4 minutes to go here from Maquoketa. Cardinals 66, Sabres 51. Shanahan finding Waddell down low, too hard off the glass. Kinney with the rebound. And Kinney's going to turn it over. He got caught in the air with nowhere to go with it. And came back down and then called for traveling. Nicholas Alinger in for the Cardinals. Clayton Wydell checks out. 1-2-2 trap, full court defense. Going to work as Shanahan gives it up to Paulson, and he'll run it down and stuff it home. Becker now and Shanahan working against the trap. They do get it cleared up past half court this time. AJ's going to drive with his left, kick it out to Connor in the far left corner, and he'll knock down a three. Kinney back for the Sabres, over to Braddock, cutting through the lane. He'll lay it up in for two. And DeWitt will call a full timeout with 3:10 to go here in the game. Maquoketa up 69-55. We'll send it back for this message from the studio. You're listening to Maquoketa Cardinals basketball on KMAQ. Let's do two here, Jimmy. Do two. And back here in Maquoketa, both teams breaking the huddle. DeWitt's going to set up in that 1-2-2 full court trapping defense with Logan Paulson as the point man. It's a good person to have out there for do that.
Yeah. He's long and lanky.
So already got one steal and a dunk off of it. Now they're just going to let him inbound now and get him to a pressure point and then bring up the trap. It's going to be Connor Becker and Kane Kopp trying to break the press. Connor's just going to dribble right through it and take it straight down to the hoop. He's going to get a foul called. And it's going to be on Tucker Kinney. Be his third.
Now, I don't say this very often, but I don't recall seeing this officiating crew before. But I think they've done a good job.
Looks like Macklin must have had blood on his
Yeah, he did.
jersey, and so he's now wearing number 20. Connor's second free throw's up and good. So 3 minutes to go, 71-55. Number 1 ranked Maquoketa with the lead. Hurdle now with King Kopp defending him, top of the three-point arc. Paulson spinning and gonna get a foul call. It's gonna be on Shanahan. Be his second. Logan Paulson will go to the line. Shoot 2. Knocks down the first.
Now in for the Sabers, number 5, Zach Hinkle.
Hinkle will come in for Hurdle. Paulson's second free throw rolls around and down, and then he'll get replaced in the lineup by Keeter. So now Alex McAleer will be the point person on the 1-2-2. Shanahan gets it over to Becker. King Kopp's open for a 3. Knocks another one down. Then has a look at the student section. McAleer out to Hinkle. He has a good look at a 3. No good. And it's going to go out of bounds, and officials will go and point it. It's going to Maquoketa. So Becker and Shanahan will try and break the press. Atienza comes up, kind of play up the middle of it. They get it across to AJ. He's going to stop and pop for 3. It's no good. Kinney with the long rebound. Kicks it out to McAleer in the left wing. No good for 3. Kinney with another offensive rebound. McAleer going to give it up to Keeter. Drives baseline. And going to have a foul called on Connor Becker with a push. That's his 4th. So Keeter to the line, shooting 2. This is the first. Starting to see some people kind of starting to walk towards the exits here.
Yeah, it's
Keeter up with a second. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's still not over yet with a minute 45 to go. I'll tell you that right now.
be a little improbable, but anything can happen.
That's right. 74-58 Cardinal lead. Connor Becker at the line. Knocks down the first. Becker's second is up and good. McAleer will roll it in up to Braddock. Over to Kinney, shoots the long 3, it's no good, rebounded by Kopp. And Paulson's gonna foul out, I believe, on that one. So Kane Kopp go line, shoot 2. Brant Peterson, senior for DeWitt, will check in for the first time. As Paulson will exit with his 5 personals. Kopp hits the first.
Some open seats now.
Hurry on in if you'd like to catch the last minute 37. That'll put it out to a 20-point lead, 78-58. Braddock quickly tries to drive the lane, looks to throw it to Brant Peterson, but it's knocked out of bounds by Atenza. Kinney will inbound it to Peterson. Hurdle gives it back to Kinney. Pump fakes. Gets off the three. No good. Rebounded by Shanahan. And the Cardinals, I think, will be willing to run some clock here if DeWitt's not going to foul. And they are going to foul. They're going to put Connor Becker on the line as Kinney will get called for the reach in. It'll be his fourth. Becker rolls in the free throw. So with a little over a minute to go, 21-point lead. You put in the baseball, guys?
Yeah,
that's what we're all here to see.
Here comes James Linden
Here
in.
they come.
Caden Scott.
Here comes the baseball, guys. James Linden will check in for the Cardinals. He's been out with an injury to one of his fingers, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Got cut. Connor will knock down the next free throw. Caden Scott, senior, will replace him.
Quentin Hubby getting ready to come in.
Homecoming Queen Quentin Hubby will check in for Kane Kopp as he's taking them out one by one. Hurdle will roll it up to Braddock. And he'll have to give it out to Hurdle at the top of the key. Gets around Hubby, comes around. Shanahan tries to block it from the backside. James Linden will get called for the foul. Hurdle will go to the line. Hurdle's first free throw is up and good. We're gonna get a varsity debut over here coming in next. Emmett Sheets for the Cardinals. AJ Becker will take a seat. Macklin Shanahan will take a seat. Caleb Pace has come in for the Sabers, along with Ethan Pierce. Sheets will inbound it to Scott. Gets it back over to Sheets. Now out to Hubby. Hubby's going to let her rip from a deep three. It's high off the glass, no good. Rebound by Hinkle, up to Pierce for a quick layup. Now Braddock going to steal the inbound pass and lay it up and in for two with 35 seconds to go. And we're going to stop play, timeout. Shanahan and Kopp are going to come back in. Probably because DeWitt's still pressing. He's saying, okay, you can still press us. I'll put some of my starters back in. Got Cannon Coakley in now as well. Shanahan, Hinkle on him. Finds Coakley on the cut, stops off the glass. Coakley will go to the line as Brant Peterson will pick up the foul with 16.8 seconds to go. This be Coakley's first varsity points if he makes one?
Yep.
And he's gonna miss, I jinxed it.
He had a bad night at the free throw line last night, down into it.
Dalen Acton, a senior for the Cardinals, will check in. Now Shanahan and Kopp will come back out again. Number 2 for DeWitt. Jared Payne is checked in. And number 21, Lane Kruko for Sabers. Is now we got both benches empty finally. Coakley makes the free throw. And Payne give it out to Brant Peterson. It's going to be turned over to Coakley, gives it up to Scott. He's just going to stop and hold the ball. And that'll run timeout. The Cardinals will come out with the victory. They'll go to 11-0. 81-64. Central DeWitt will drop to 6-4. We'll send it back to the studio and come back with post-game thoughts. You listen to Maquoketa DeWitt Highway 61 rivalry games here on KMAQ. Give me 4 so I can let these people around me get away from me, and then it won't be a long one because my voice is cracking and it's almost gone. I have to. I'm just ready to be done.
Boy, a lot of media outlets here tonight, isn't there?
Oh, how did he get to him first? I don't want him tonight. I don't want his second.
Oh, I wonder where he's. Oh, Channel 8. Thanks for everybody that tuned in and watched live.
Yeah, sorry, I was kind of lost there for a few times. And Friday night we'll be in Solon.
Yeah, it's Solon. What's Solon's record?
I'm not sure. They've had a rough go so far. I know that. Off the top of my head, I don't know. Hopefully they have a good internet feed so we can do it live. Won't have radio that night, so won't have to worry about those kind of difficulties.
It's Bob Gavin, everybody. Voice of the Cardinals here.
Inside voice.
Inside. Yeah, he commented.
Schaefer's watching?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Schaefer. And back here at Maquoketa Gym, and they took the score down already. It was 81-64.
They took it down quick because I tried to pan up to it and it was already gone.
We'll have to play it back in video feed.
All right, you know,
Anyway.
it does feel like it's about, what time is it, 2:30 in the morning?
Feels like it. It's 10
Oh,
o'clock.
it's only 10.
It's 10:03. I feel like I've been here
I'm
forever.
exhausted.
But I have.
Put in a full day here tonight.
That's what? Almost what? 7 some hours?
Let's see. 6,
I'm so burnt out I can't do math.
6.25 hours.
But anyway, Cardinals do come out with a victory. They go 11-0. They'll just officially yesterday became the #1 team, as there was no polls over the 2-week break. But for all intents and purposes, that was just a matter of circumstance. And
So 11-0 now.
11-0. They'll be heading to Solon on Friday. DeWitt will fall to 6-4. But as far as DeWitt concerned, they're a very good team.
They're a very good team, and this is a team that, boy, when we go down play down there,
It's gonna be a
it's gonna be a battle. And that's the other thing about the second half of the Cardinals' schedule is we're on the road a lot now. I think we got 2 Tuesday home games is it.
Yeah.
No more Friday night home games, so a lot of games on the road. We got to go to Dyersville, right?
Yeah, we still have to go Dyersville.
We got to go to Marion.
Yeah. Although Marion's been struggling lately.
Yeah, DeWitt beat them the other night. West Delaware comes here, so that was a big win up at West Delaware in the first half of the season. So we get them at home in the second half, and then a couple other road games there yet. I don't have the schedule in front of me, so not going to be an easy battle. And again, every team plays us tough. I just think the difference usually is our defense.
Yeah, tonight it stepped back up. The Cardinals have been lacking the last couple of games in that area, and it's pretty much what got them to where they were at that point, and then
Yeah, don't give up.
In all intents and purposes, they really should have been beat last Friday.
We don't give up a lot of easy points, really.
No.
And we don't allow good players. Now, the Mickles kid from Benton got in a good flow last Friday, but he made a lot of shots that, typically you don't see go in. And he's one of the few players that, got in a good flow. But other than that, we usually shut those leading scorers down. So.
And tonight, Kane Kopp got hot once again.
I'm guessing he had 20-some points.
I don't think he missed more than maybe one shot.
I don't think he missed a three-pointer, but
he may not. I may have missed one in there, but all in all, it was a really good game for both sides. Great crowd participation, both sides.
Yeah, great turnout, great support for both teams by both their fan bases. So love to see that for all the kids from both towns. So,
and I think we're on again here on KMAQ for girls boys doubleheader next week in Mount Vernon, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's not going to be an easy game either at Mount Vernon. They played us.
They played us really tough defensively.
Yeah, really tough defensively that first time out. So some big games yet down the road, down the stretch here for the Cardinals.
All right. Well, since it's 10 o'clock, you can turn it over to Channel 8. They've been here. You can watch the highlights on there. And
yep.
Thank you for joining us, and appreciate everyone that did come out, people that stayed with us and listened even through all the issues we had earlier in the evening. We went to some older equipment, and it came through in the end, but hopefully we get the newer stuff figured out sooner rather than later, because that just made for a very hard night for me, and really took away from my enjoyment of what this night was going to be.
You know what it reminded me a little bit is when I'd get flustered during football games when the quarterback wasn't performing.
Yeah, you had to talk me off the ledge.
Yeah, I had to get you off the ledge.
Because I was ready to start throwing punches at some people.
Get a little worked up. I had I wanted you to count backwards from 10 down to 1, and
you should have started at 100 about halftime of that girls' game.
All right, well, it's time to.
Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you again on Tuesday, week from tonight at Mount Vernon for girls and boys doubleheader again. This has been Maquoketa Cardinals, DeWitt, Highway 61 rivalry.
Basketball on KMAQ.
There you go. Have a good night.